There we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Monday. It has been a pretty volatile day for Bitcoin today. Loki says hello. Boo 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 boo. Yep. Ooh, I get my shirt messed up. But hey everybody, normally I don't stream in the midday, you guys know that, but because Bitcoin's coming back down, the market just closed, I thought I would take some time to kind of look and see what's going on. The big news for today was definitely that we saw First Republic Bank getting acquired, I guess you would say, by JP Morgan Chase. I think the big thing here really isn't so much that it was acquired, it was more that nobody wanted to buy it. And we'll talk about this here a little bit more, but at this point, guys, we're seeing Bitcoin, of course, go down quite a bit today. What is it down? Almost 5% at this moment in time. We have some other coins like the Pepe and the Stonks, which have been going viral over the last few days. Those are coming back down as well because of Bitcoin, and you're seeing the little bit of weakness right here. Pepe seems to still have a lot of momentum left in it, but we'll have to wait and see. This is one of those tokens that's very below a penny, so it's never going to hit $1, but people always have that hope that it'll hit a penny, 10 cents, $1. And when they get that hope, you know, people love to buy into this type of stuff because you can buy, I think, probably millions or even billions of tokens really easily on different exchanges out there. But it has been very interesting to see some people talking about a new coin out there, kind of flashy, so to speak. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about this. It'll be a longer stream here. I'm just going to vibe with you guys today. This is well, we can start off with Bitcoin here, and then we'll talk about some news going on, the banking news, what the stock market did today. France is going on, like May Day in France is crazy, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit as well. But let's open this up very fast. Let's kind of go full screen here very quickly, and let's go to the daily chart. Oh, well, it's not going to let me do the 1D. There you go, 1 day. So you can see right here on the daily chart, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, we had a very nice bounce next week. I thought we probably would have broken down. We didn't. We managed to bounce back up here. We've now entered into a new downtrend, and unfortunately we didn't have enough momentum to have this smaller breakout right there that would take us to that next level of about 30,300. What ended up happening, basically what ended up happening is with all this news about the bank, nobody wanted to buy it, plus some other global events, Bitcoin didn't have the strength to really push out and break out. So unfortunately, we're having a pretty bad breakdown today. We're almost on 5%. That's not good. And if I hop out of here for just 1 second, and you can see the swing from the last 24 hours basically, that swing has been about 6-7%. That's not what you want to see if you're trying to hold that support. And finally, it looks like we're closing down below this 50-day moving average. That should lead Bitcoin back down to at least the $26,000 level. If you guys want to buy, that might be your next best bet. The big thing here, though, is as much as we want to do the technical analysis today and for this week, I want you guys to remember that in 2 days' time, this Wednesday, we are having another rate hike. This rate hike should be a 25 basis point rate hike with maybe one more on the way, but I don't know about that. Everybody heard about that leaked phone call between an AI Zelensky and Jerome Powell. He said there might be 2 more rate hikes instead of just 1. It remains to be seen what the Fed is going to do. However, with the GDP cooling off a lot, and we have been seeing the some volatility in the market. I wouldn't say crazy volatility, but we've been seeing some volatility. People are starting to worry about a recession since the Fed says now we expect to have a recession, and really how bad is that recession? Because so far, as we get out of Bitcoin for a second, we've all seen that the stock market has all been going up. Look at Apple just had a breakout. I was talking about doing some some day trades in here. Maybe the 15-minute chart will be easier, right? Doing some day trades as we kind of watch this kind of some of these smaller patterns break out. But the reason that we're breaking out, it's not so much that the economy is necessarily doing something amazing. It's because stuff like Google, all these people, they've all been doing layoffs, so they have extra cash. When the economy starts to turn down and they have less revenue, that's going to be where more layoffs have to come in place, and we'll see at the end of the day how this works out. But as far as the stock market, guys, nothing is really close to breaking down yet. We have a few things that are going more sideways, like this is Google. Tesla broke down. That was something else, but that was earnings, not so much just the technicals. Nvidia is still breaking out at this moment in time. Microsoft is breaking out. Meta is breaking out. Avgo is breaking out. Oh no, this one's still at resistance. But again, we're not really probably better to do this one. We're not really at a lot of support levels here. So until we start to see that over, I don't think there's a reason to say Bitcoin's going to have such a heavy, hard crash. I think Bitcoin, to be frank, is just overbought. And there's nothing wrong with that one, especially if we're going to consolidate here. There's always a chance for another breakout. But at this point, we are looking for another death cross here. We have been seeing some news as far as, Binance no longer buying Voyager trying to figure out what to do next. I think they're just going to try to give people back the deposit, or a portion of them, I guess. But you definitely seen that Bitcoin's down about 1,300 points today. We haven't seen a move like this in a few weeks now, and it's definitely been coming down a lot more over the past few hours. And hey, Cake, don't trust any meme coins outside of Dogecoin. What do you call? There are tons, I think there's probably over 1,000 meme coins at this point. All of them are very speculative, except for the ones that, maybe have more formal partnerships, like a Dogecoin. I do agree with you there. Dogecoin is much more solid as a meme project than a lot of other stuff, because now they trying to make a revenue source, right? But when you see these new coins pop off, like the Pepe coin, there's a lot of people that just want to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, so they go to the casinos over here and play some fun moves with them, or have some fun trades. So far, this thing, it does have some higher lows now, at least, but we're going to see which one of those lines break first. It should be interesting. With Bitcoin going down, you would assume this has to come back down a little bit more, but I mean, this market cap still isn't something of a crazy high market cap, I would say. So there are whales in here that can literally just dump the coin back down, which makes it very, very risky for people that don't know how to trade, or for people that usually get greedy. The best way to end up buying coins like this is to take a small amount of money, just toss it in there and wait, because eventually it'll pump up, and then when it pumps up, you'll be fine. But you usually want to be buying it around these low zones here. And for whatever reason it decides to go back down and it's crashing, you lost like $50 or $100, and you can just swallow that and go on with your life. Don't double down and stuff like that. The other one here is Stonks coin. Again, very rapid rise. They're both, Stonks coin is up like 47% today, but you can see how wild of a ride this is. A lot of these tokens are new, therefore they have low market caps, and they have been going bonkers, so to speak. But you can clearly see a double top up here, broke down, retested, and now we're coming back down. It's been kind of fun to watch those ones play off. It's been, we don't normally see the parabolic stuff as much as we used to, because this is the closest thing we've had to a bull market in the terms of crypto in a long, long time. Even though, I guess people will call it a bull market. I think from a technical standpoint, you could call it that. I still think that since a recession is coming, or at least in my opinion is that a recession is coming. I've held this stance for almost a year now, so let's see if the next 2 quarters end up playing out like I hope they do. That's when I'm hoping to kind of buy a bunch of these tokens and stuff like this. But I would be fine during a YOLO position on Pepe coin down the road. But right now it would just be an opportunity to throw away some money and have some fun with it. If you guys are looking for long-term revenue, you probably want a dollar cost average in this thing, $50, nothing more, because you never know if it's actually going to take off or not. And hey, bud, for listening to you while working, hope you're having a great day at work. Today I did a little bit of work on some other stuff. I went to go to a meat shop that was like a half an hour away, only to realize that the only day they're closed is Mondays. So I'm going to go there tomorrow. I was going to buy my mother some chorizo sausages. There's a cool place in Yelm by where I live called Stewart's Meats. It's an amazing meat shop. I went there just last Saturday, but I forgot some things, and I spent $150 on meat for teriyaki marinated meat, buffalo wild wings, steaks, carne asada, beef rack of ribs, a pork rack of ribs. What do you call? It's going to be a great next few weeks as I start doing some barbecuing and stuff. Let's see. And hey, Cake 5000, been burnt too much with meme coins? I cannot blame you. What do you call it? Meme coins are almost addictive in a way, because everybody wants to make a lot of money in a very quick way. You can even see Luna right now, which I would consider a meme coin after it's had its major explosion, whatever you want to call it, disaster. You can even see this thing down about 4.5% today. Look at that weekly chart. A lot of those gains. It's like a mini bull market that we just saw right here. Boom, and now we're coming back down, and it's been going down for for weeks and weeks and weeks now. It's definitely easy to get drained, I would say, from these meme coins. That's why you always got to put small amounts of money in there. That way, no matter what happens, you're not really upset about it. I would say, like, the average person that I know that maybe is more conservative, I guess, about how much they invest, they may invest like 50 bucks into a token, and then if it goes somewhere, awesome, it's like a few 100%, that turns into something. But if it loses, it's 50 bucks. But the beauty of only putting 50 bucks in there is also you can hold it for as long as you want to. So if it goes down for like 2 months and all of a sudden has a parabolic rally, you're still making a lot of money off of that. But you have to be okay with losing 50 bucks. That's the thing. People don't understand that. Sometimes people don't like to lose 50 bucks, and that is totally understandable. When I first started trading, losing 50 bucks was a massive deal. So you guys don't want to be doing that if you guys are going to be able to handle it. And don't be mad at yourself if you can't handle it. It just means you don't want to lose money. So it's not a bad thing there. And hey, Cake, invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are usually the best ones. I have been investing a little bit more in Arbitrum over the past few weeks. Now, I guess I sold a lot of it off technically, but when it does come back down even more, I do want to acquire more of it. It's down a little bit today, so I did buy my first little batch of the cycle, and I'm hoping it continues to rise in the long term here. My first Pepe buy was $100 at a pretty low price. Made a few flips on the way up after. It's definitely gambling, I won't lie. Hey, as long as you understand it's gambling, there's nothing wrong with it. I think that sometimes, you can see Bitcoin still trying to go a little bit lower here. We'll see if Bitcoin can hold support. I think when it comes to all these meme coins, as long as you understand the risk and you're not tossing in there's the breakdown, large amounts of your portfolio into it, I don't really see a problem. You guys know what to do with your money. How am I going to tell you? Like, how is anybody going to tell you guys what to do with your money? I'm a libertarian at heart. What am I going to tell you guys? To me, it's like fun. Remember, I go to Vegas, I have fun, I lose money. Although, for the weirdest thing, I went to go visit my friend, you guys know, last month. No, it was in March. You guys know I went to go visit my friend in Vegas. And for the first time ever, I did not gamble. All I did was walk around, have some really good food, go to cigar lounges, and just kind of explore. I had never done that before. It's not like I'm a big gambler in the first place, but I do enjoy a good table game like a blackjack or a roulette. Roulette, I will love that. I usually bet a few grand on roulette when I'm there, and I usually walk with a small profit, because whenever I get a big profit, like you lose. You hit that 1 out of 36, you hit the number, then you just walk away, give a tip to the guy, and you're like, okay, I maybe gambled 5,000 bucks and I walked away with like $100 profit, but I entertained myself for like 3 hours time. That's how I view gambling. If I lose 1,000 bucks, I'm still entertained for 3 hours. Now that's an expensive way to entertain me, but I enjoy, I enjoy it all the same. All right, so you can see Bitcoin continues to break down here. These support levels are not holding. We'll see if there's a chance for reversal. I would say the next reversal opportunity here is Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart. Let's see if we can find a way to break out of that. But this overall trend, as you guys can see, is not working in our favor at all. Look at that second chart very fast. You can see the whale just pushed us down. Try to get some orders over here. Not looking the best right now, guys. As far as everything else, let's go over here to the 4-hour chart. You can see, if I were to open this back up, let's get this MACD over here. Yeah. We did see a little bit of volatility here because of this little, attempted dump, I guess, like over the last couple of days. We managed to rally back up here, but we did have another MACD crossover before this dip. And when you go over here to stuff like Ethereum is still having that same MACD crossover, except for a little bit more sideways action here because of all that nastiness. Daily chart though, MACD crossover happened a while ago. Ethereum's not as close to breaking down here. You can see this weird little wick, I would say, around 1785. We haven't broken down below that, but you can see the moving averages aren't really as close together as the Bitcoin moving averages are here. So I would still assume that Ethereum is going to want to test this like $1,700 level. Maybe that's another opportunity for you guys to buy it. But I would still advise some caution, excuse me, just because we are at a relative high right now, guys. You can see we're at this kind of weird, massive resistance zone. And this has been something that's been kind of weird just to kind of watch here. This big old block. I think some of you guys may just want to do this, and I think that's fine. Maybe even just make it more like that. But you can see that resistance. It's kind of working out like that, and I'm not going to be totally concerned unless we break down. I guess, when is that next breakdown? That next breakdown point is not even close as far as that's concerned. You go over here, we're not even close to that one. I guess you could say that we did break down out of this smaller one, but I mean, that's not something I would look at normally. Maybe that's a day trading breakdown, not necessarily a longer term breakdown. One other thing though here is, let me see. No, we didn't run. I mean, if we saw the resistance right there, a little bit of resistance right there. We didn't run up to that one level here. I need to turn this back to the one level. Needs to be, for me, it needs to be white. I need to be able to see it a little bit better. There we go. All right, now at least we might have some opportunities to come back down. Let me see if there's a Fibonacci retracement that's been working out so far. Yeah, this one seemed to be working out. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Not exactly, but we did have a little bit of bounce around that area. Maybe I'll try to find another better spot. And now we're breaking down below that pretty handily. Nothing seems to be doing well today except for some of those meme coins. Let's go over here to the dollar index. Dollar index is trying to rebound, it looks like. Oh, look at this. We finally broke above today. Today was that day we finally broke above the 20-day moving average here. Ah, that's interesting right there. I guess we were seeing some divergences here, but not a lot. We had the breakout here as far as the signal line crossing, the MACD line crossing over the signal line, but that wasn't so much of a divergence. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's right here. It was no, not even. That wasn't too much of a bad one. So we are having a MACD crossover. Everything's actually looking pretty good for the dollar index to spike back up here. If we start having a stronger dollar here, guys, that's not good for crypto. That's not good for the stock market at all. We've been enjoying a nice little rally here the last few weeks as the dollar has been going down and down and down. We don't want to see a reversal right now. If you guys want to see Bitcoin go up to 33,000, 35,000, etc. Look at that weekly chart. We never broke down on the weekly chart. Maybe the daily chart, but that weekly chart is holding strong. Let me go over here very fast. Let's move down the oscillator very fast. And remember, guys, this stream is sponsored by Chart Prime, so please go check them out. They have some really good overlays that I use during the stream and during some of my other trades that I make for you guys. But let's go over here very fast. You guys can see some of these MACD crossovers. Now, this isn't really formatted for a swing weekly chart. It would try to get rid of some of these types of moves. But you can see we're looking for a crossover here pretty soon. We had one over there before that big drop off. We had a smaller crossover down and up right there. I won't put too much stock into that. Maybe a false signal, if you will, just because we broke down which was the false signal. And we almost had a crossover right there, but didn't. We may be looking at a crossover sometime over the next few weeks. That may be interesting. It remains to be seen, though, what happens, because let me just show you guys can see my screen right here. Can I open up can I focus on this? Clock needs an update. When does a clock ever need an update? Okay, well, basically Wednesday, you guys know that we have a rate hike coming. That might propel up the dollar index even a little bit more. If by chance we manage to break above also the 20-week moving average, that would mean Bitcoin's most likely coming back to at least $26,000, maybe even $25,000, that next support level down there. We want to see the dollar index continue to break down. And you guys can see, over the past few weeks, this has been kind of a relative high for us. So maybe this is as high as we get this week. Maybe we don't break out and go higher. And if we don't, maybe we can still stagnate a little bit more before making our way back down. That may give stocks and cryptocurrencies a little bit more of a booster to continue rallying higher, especially as you're seeing stuff like I talked about before. Nvidia breaking out, Google breaking out, Microsoft breaking out. You know, I think Amazon's not having a good time, Tesla's not having a good time, but there are tons of other opportunities out there to make money on some of these coins that are, coins and stocks that would like the dollar index to be going back down or would follow the NASDAQ up, so to speak, like Bitcoin normally would follow the NASDAQ. All right, so here's Bitcoin. If we go over here and look at FinViz very fast, again, overall, it's kind of what we come to expect, a kind of a sideways market here. Not much excitement. I will say Nvidia, again, great opportunity, good long-term hold. I know a lot of us have been holding this for a while. Same with Nvidia, AMD. This has been something you dollar cost average into for the long term. This AI revolution is really propelling Nvidia right now. It's really propelling Microsoft right now. It's what's making it a lot easier. But on the other side, you still see stuff like Amazon, right? Amazon starting to come back down, slowly breaking down at this point. That's not a good sign to see. And on top of that, you see Tesla also coming back down, oil, ZOM coming back down. What kind of this mixed space? Although, again, JP Chase, they had a breakout today because, maybe I can go over here. Treasury debt limit measures may run out by June 1st, Yellen says in letter to McCarthy. Well, why'd she say it to McCarthy? Why not send it to the Democrats and Republicans? I hate these people. But what do you call? First Republic deal comes at a crucial point for the markets and the economy. We can kind of read this a little bit, but basically the story is nobody would actually buy the bank. I want to stress that. Nobody would actually buy the bank. So what ended up happening here, just kind of a top down of what happened. The bank ended up being taken over by regulators, just like Silicon Valley Bank. However, after they did that, they just said, hey, Chase, we're going to partner with you, and all the deposits that are at this bank, we're going to give them all to you. All the loans, we're going to give them all to you. And basically, we're going to take, the regulators are going to take part of the profit off of all this stuff and part of the losses if they end up being losses. That way, Chase Bank can't lose. So it's it's just such a weird thing to see happen at this point in time. But nobody actually would buy the bank. There were bidders, people were kind of battling over it, but at the end of the day, nobody actually wanted to buy this bank, and that's a horrible sign. That means none of these banks can technically afford to pay for it, because again, all of these higher interest rates, it's causing them to sell off their bonds for massive losses, and they don't want to sell their bonds if they don't have to. All of those losses, as you guys would understand, they're all unrealized losses. So once they actually sell them, those are realized losses, which have to be shown on earnings reports and things like that, which no bank wants to say, hey, we're bad at trading, you know, even though it's common knowledge these days that all these banks are under a little bit more pressure. But you can see right now just some key points. JP Morgan Chase's takeover of First Republic Bank started off an important week on Wall Street. This is going to be an important week, that's for sure. Ahead is a key decision on interest rates along with earnings from Apple, and jobs report expected to show further deceleration of hiring. Now, I don't know if this jobs report is really going to say that hiring is slowing down. We've seen some pretty steady hiring over the past few months. Maybe it's not been the best, but it hasn't been necessarily bad or like, you know, I'm very much worried about this at all. Next, we have the crisis didn't sort of end this easily. Crises don't sort of end this easily. I mean, remember, guys, after Silicon Valley Bank, they said nothing bad. No more banks were going to go down. Then what happened? Silvergate Bank went down. And they said, oh, no, this is really the end of it. Now this bank, First Republic Bank, went down. And what did they say? No, now the crisis is over. They have to lie. It's their job to lie to give us some hope that the system is sound. Because remember, as soon as we start disbelieving in the system, people start to panic. Nobody wants everybody else to panic, which is why I can say they're lying, but nobody really trusts me as far as, like, you know, millions of Americans. So I can be pretty frank with you guys. I don't have the responsibility to say, hey, you know, they're lying, but I think in the long term the system will be fine. But there's probably going to be more banks going down if they continue to raise interest rates in this environment, which already has very high interest rates. We're not going to be looking for the best, guys. It's just not the way we're going to be going there. And hey, Gala, I mean, probably not too much higher. Bitcoin's coming back down here. You'd want to be careful about something like that. So Gala Binance, what's the weekly chart look like? I mean, yeah, this thing's dumping at this point in time. If you wanted to hop into it, you might be looking at a breakout in a few more weeks. That might be something really nice. If you're looking for something in the shorter term here, I mean, you're about to break down below that 200 daily moving average. If you wanted to buy, that support level there at that 200 daily moving average is going to be a good place for you. I'm hoping it may coincide with perhaps a Fibonacci support level here. Let me check this out. Nope. It's already broke down below that. Maybe if we go over here to this one. No, it already broke down below that one as well. Yeah, you're kind of at an iffy point. To me, I would try to use that 200 daily moving average as a stop loss if you wanted to go in there. Because if it starts breaking down from there, that next support level happens to be around a little bit less than 3.5, 0.034. It doesn't look like that much of a drop, but what is it really? Yeah, it's like 7% drop. That'd be a pretty big loss if you're doing some spot trading on that one, so I'd be careful with it. You do want to see Bitcoin stabilize a little bit more as well here. Now, don't worry about this line here. That was just a short-term support level. We'll go back over here. Basically, right now, it's just trying to hold that. We did break down on the 1-minute chart, so we are technically having lower lows and lower highs. Perhaps over the next few minutes, we have an opportunity to have a little bit of a pop. That may disrupt that system here just a little bit, but don't hold your breath. And at this point, MACDs in the 1-minute chart, though, have been pretty nice for scalpers. Oh, yeah, this is a scalper's dream over here, yeah, isn't it? Oh, that one was a false signal there, so not all of them. Maybe a super trend might help you out there. But, yeah, you're definitely seeing some volatility here. There we go. All right. See, and hey, Terry, currently in H Mong, I can't pronounce that, on Bitcoin and up 10x 28,900. See how monumental a muck up that was. Hopefully it works out for you. I know it can be pretty crazy at times. I haven't had the best trading week myself, so, well, I guess last week. So, give it some time, let it see how it pans out. There's been a lot more volatility here from whales, and when those whales make these big moves like this, it can be very hard, because even if we've already been talking about the slowdown coming, sometimes you see everything kind of pointing upwards for a short amount of time, and when it hits that level of resistance, after you bought it, you think it can keep on going up and break, but then all of a sudden a whale comes in and just slams you down. It's part of life, but as long as your stop loss is in place, you'll be fine. Then you can always learn from the experience, yada, 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 yada. And hey, Cap, I've been a frugal sob over the years. If I were to roll the dice in my life and go to Vegas, I'd definitely check out this scenery and things to do rather than casinos like you're saying. What do you call it? I mean, Vegas is fun. I mean, I have a lot of fun. I always get a nice room for myself. Usually it's a basic room, but I'm so nice to the people at the front desk. Because I used to work in, like just, I know I used to work for $8 now. I know how it is to just have a normal job. And they always give me free upgrades. I rarely have to pay for my upgrades, which is very nice. But, Vegas is very fun to just kind of go out and have a good time. I enjoy just walking around, going to the fountains, going to a cigar lounge and just chilling out, having a $35 scotch. But, it's a really fun time. I really enjoy down there. The only thing that was a bummer this last time, I went in March, which I guess it was because my friend was there. But, it was raining in Vegas while I went there. It was very awkward. I've never been in Vegas while it rained. A sandstorm, yeah. Extremely hot, yeah. Never have I been there and it was just like raining. It wasn't like downpouring, but I don't bring jackets to Vegas. I don't bring, raincoats to Vegas. That's a waste of space. It was definitely interesting to kind of watch. See, I was waiting for you to stream because I had just taken some profits when I saw Bitcoin dumping and was wondering about your take on it. Was a fun time for sure. What do you call it? Yeah, I'm happy I was able to get some time to stream here. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to stream because when everything was kind of going on, I was driving over to a meat shop that apparently wasn't open today. I didn't realize it. I was going to get Loki some homemade dog food from the meat shop so he can have a proteiny packed meal. It's like $3 a pound or something like that. It's a little bit pricey, but he likes it. And then I was just running some errands. Tomorrow I have to go get tomorrow I'm going to get my eyes checked out, and I'm getting contacts. So, basically I've been telling you guys, and Monica, I'll answer your question in a second. But basically I've been trying to do more scripts and videos, and I have a couple editors that are working with me right now, and I'm kind of like figuring out how to utilize them the best way possible. And you guys know I have severe ADHD. I can't necessarily read a script. I bought an expensive teleprompter that would allow me to put an iPad in it and read the teleprompter as it's going. I for whatever reason, cannot read properly when it comes to scripts, because I'm trying to show you guys something at the same time. I'm trying to look at the camera at the same time. It's just too hard for me. And so what I'm doing now is I'm taking off my glasses, and I have like a script on my other monitor, and I'll be reading the script, but because I have no contacts in, I am really blind. I cannot see any of your messages on the screen in front of me. I cannot see a single one. I can see I can see sponsors and my thing, but that's it. My eyesight is not that good. My monitor is further than arm length away from me, just so you guys know, but my eyesight is not that good. So what I'm doing for all my videos when I record myself is basically using a Google Sheet or Google Docs and stretching out the words to be like 34 size. And so I'm using my sunglasses to read them over here, so you guys think I'm looking at you guys, but I'm really just reading off of a Google Docs page. But when I have my contacts, then I'll be able to not have to put the word at such huge lengths. So maybe I can read a paragraph or 2 paragraphs without having to just, only have so many words on my screen, and that's all I can read before I have to end the video and go to the next paragraph, next paragraph, next paragraph. And so what do you call it? It's a freaking hassle. It's a hassle for sure. But that's something I got to do tomorrow. Plus I'm gonna go get some meat, and I'm gonna go run some errands for my mother. GB. And hey, Dr. V, Monica. Hi, Michael. I thought that it's a good idea to short after change of character 4-hour candle closes, not going long. It's definitely, well, at this point, you want to be careful because the big drop has already happened. But if you get a little bit of a relief rally on the way back up and we're still in the overall downward trend, I would say it's a good opportunity. just be aware to have some type of target price in mind, just in case something happens while you're asleep, and a stop loss, of course. But you're probably going to see a lot of volatility going into Wednesday as we get the earnings rate report, and I'll be going live for that as well. Maybe I'll go live early and we'll just have a massive 3-hour stream or something like that, so we can kind of keep track of what's going on with the rate hikes and then watch Jerome Powell's press conference afterwards. But yeah, it's definitely more of a bearish environment. I've been kind of ticked off at this market, to be frank with you, because normally in a more normal environment that like I am accustomed to, when all the signals are pointing down and you have a breakdown, usually you continue going down. It's been interesting to see Bitcoin have these big ricochets up and down, up and down, up and down. It's been really messing with my head, so I got to change up my strategy a little bit here. And then on top of that, you've seen the stock market, you've seen the indices, I would say, start to go more sideways, maybe down a tad, but you've seen a lot of stocks within that, like Nvidia, some of these things that have to do with AI, like the graphics cards for AI and stuff like that, really start to get a big boom all of a sudden. And so there's some investments that are coming in which normally don't happen because of the times that we're in. And even now, Bitcoin can't break out. It's we're still facing this little bit of a struggle here. Maybe we have an opportunity here, but geez, this is we need to hurry up and break this cycle. That was just the 1 minute chart. But you can see we're still getting pushed back down after we had that breakdown. They're probably going to start a cycle. They want to start a cycle of lower lows. So we have a lower low here, lower low here. Can we have another lower low? Lower low? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'll put that right there. There we go. There we go. All right. Shrink this back down a little bit. Let's go to auto fits price. Auto fits price. There we go. And hey, Larry, I found a gem in the OTC dirt. It's a biotech company with a cure to a hated disease. Oh, that could always be interesting. What do you call it? Those are always like speculative longs for me, but I think, I don't normally invest in biotech. It's like my worst enemy as far as the stock. It's like the sector I do the worst in because you actually have to do some research in it. I hate doing research on biotech companies. But if it works out, it can be a really big bet. It could be a really good payoff right there. And hey, Nico, happy to see you back with the high fives. Do you think staking on Coinbase is still the safe? At least Cardano and Solana takes 2 to 3 days to unstake. I like the exchanges that let you unstake immediately, personally. I always get a little bit concerned when it takes days to be able to get your crypto back. That's me personally. I would say that most people I would say are fine with it, but I have always just had a little bit too much anxiety about not being able to like get my money back when I want it. Now, I don't necessarily see Coinbase having any monetary issues anytime soon. But I mean, I thought about that with FTX. So, I mean, what do I know at this point about how the exchanges are really run from the inside? We can still see Bitcoin getting pushed back down here. They are really trying to pop this sucker down for some reason. There we go. But I would say it's not terrible, I guess. I've just always been a little bit more concerned about it. I know there are exchanges that just let you say, hey, same day, you can just like, whenever you want to do it, you can always unstake early, but you lose your rewards or something like that. I always want the option, so to speak. But if you want to do it, go for it. I messed up something. Hold on. I kicked something, and I think this was the plug to my second monitor. So you guys may still be able to see and hear me, but give me a second as I pretty much just move my head off the screen and plug it in, because now all of a sudden I'm working with one monitor, and everything I click is going to pop back open to the screen. So give me a second as I try to figure out where this plug actually belongs, because let's see. Yeah, who knows where this thing's going to go. Count to 35, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're good to go. Yeah, I totally just unplugged my monitor there. Don't worry, I got 2 monitors, at least on this computer, so we should be good. Alright, let's see how this is working. There we go. Let me take a sip of water. I've been getting tired of leaving my desk so much to get water that I've just started officially drinking with these like tubs I have. I have like a whole bunch of Tupperware that I don't use. It pretty much just holds coffee beans. Now it holds water. Oh, there's Bitcoin goes again. Yep. Well, there's that lower low we were just talking about a few seconds ago. Looks like this isn't going to end soon, but let's kind of zoom out here just for a second, everybody. Bitcoin daily chart. We're basically having this larger move as we break down below the 50-day moving average and the 20. You guys know these moves are usually pretty aggressive. With the way everything was looking yesterday, you can see how people would have thought that we're going to go, you know, dip, rip, bounce off of the 20-week, have the breakout, and then we're looking at 31,000, 32,000. I think that's what everybody was geared up for, but then all of a sudden, reality hit about the banking crisis. Looks like the NASDAQ didn't have the best day as well, and Bitcoin kind of just fell off a cliff here. You can even see stuff like UFO token. UFO token's down 5% too. You're not seeing what... ICP is down 11%. That's actually quite a bit. Gala is down 3.5%. It's still hitting that 200 daily moving average, which we just talked about. FTM coming back down towards support. Link coming back down towards support. Litecoin back down to support. Ethereum Classic at support. I mean, look at all these charts. Look pretty much exactly the same. Doge Law and Mars is coming back down a little bit more heavily. This thing's been coming back down for a while, though. You guys can see it had a big rally back over here in February. It's never been the same after that. But yeah, everything seems to be coming down right now. Slightly unraveling, you might say, but again, we've had a really good rally. If we have to come back down to consolidate for a couple more weeks, people are just going to have to get used to the life again of watching Bitcoin go sideways in the long term here. It's not the funnest, but I mean, it's what we have to deal with. And I think people are just taking some profits off the table because nobody for sure knows exactly what's going to happen here with Jerome Powell and what he's going to be doing with rate hikes. I think we could all assume that he's going to be doing another 25. I think that's the safest thing to assume at this point. However, if he does something crazy like 50, I guess people might be a little bit more concerned. Or he does no rate hikes. That may sign that they'll show that the economy is very weak. But because the stock market continues to move higher, despite this whole weird thing that's going on with a really bad economy for everyday folks, but the stock market is like close to all-time highs, there's just some disconnect there that I have to believe that the economy, like the real economy that everyday people deal with, that's going to break the stock market before the stock market somehow rejuvenates the economy. I don't see it happening like that, of course. So give it some time. We currently are breaking down and making newer lows and newer lows and newer lows. Not the best move, but maybe if I go over here to the 1 hour chart, you can just see we're continuing to dump at this point. That next level of support, it's coming up, guys. It's coming up. You know, from a really low point, maybe we come down here to 27,138. But you know, you could consider this the start of a buying zone at this point. But really, I think this is going to be the day to buy for those of you guys that might want to see a reversal over the next 2-3 days. You guys will be buying somewhere in this zone over here. Maybe I can draw it for you guys just to give you a better representation. You know, what is this? 27,600 down to 27,100 abouts. And then you're looking for some type of stability there, then the reversal. It wouldn't be unheard of. It'd actually be pretty common to have that happen. The only thing now is, you know, what happens with rate hikes? How is the market going to interpret those rate hikes? Because if we start doing rate hikes and moving that dollar back up, that dollar, which we thought was going to have a full-on breakdown last week, all of a sudden it's breaking out for the first time in a long time, you know, back since what, March. We having that breakout above the 20-day moving average after finding this long-term support level. Now on the weekly chart, we may have an opportunity, I would say over the next month, to break out above the 20-week moving average. We need to see ourselves consolidate here, then break back down. We don't want to see the dollar go back and get stronger. That means stocks will go down, and that means crypto will go down at the same time. So not the best thing here. But again, if you look at the Bitcoin weekly chart, we're kind of back to where we were back in March 13th, about a month and a half ago. You know, it's not terrible. We're at 27,000, we're at 28,000 abouts. This isn't the end of the world, if you ask me. For those of you guys who are kind of looking more long term, we're in an okay spot. Now, if we start dropping back down below the 200 daily moving average, yeah, that'd be a sign of concern, because that to me means that we're probably coming all the way back down to $20,000. The economy at this point doesn't show that we should be back at $20,000 based off how the stock market is doing, based off of how they assume the economy is doing. Don't ask me how they're doing that. But again, we're still in a relatively good spot. We're just having a hiccup over here where we had this previous level of resistance, or I guess you could say support. And over the next few weeks, we're going to have a golden cross between the 200 weekly moving average and the 20. That 20 is going to scream up, and maybe that really does propel us a little bit higher here. Short term though, just keep an eye out for those rate hikes. You can see at this moment in time, are we going lower? Yeah, we're going lower again. Wow. We're getting slammed back down by whales, excuse me. So, not really having much luck on this side of the market. What are we down? Bitcoin's down 5.2% at this point. We got ADA down 3.5%, Dogecoin down 2%, AVAX down 3%, AXS down 5%, Bitcoin Cash down 2%, Matic down 3%, BNB down 3%, Crowcoin down 4.5%, DOT 4.5%, Doge on Mars 4.5%, Engine Coin 4.5%. You know, we're coming down pretty nastily, but I wish these MACDs would just stay auto fit the whole time. There we go. And hey, Moonshadow, happy to see you back. Or lock it on the Trezor. Oh, I prefer, so I didn't see the second part of the question. I prefer just to have it on a cold wallet if possible. I don't like that unnecessary risk. You know, and there's different wallets to get. I just got sent a wallet to review for you guys. I haven't even opened the box yet because it's like a month late for the delivery. But it's an Elio wallet or something. I think that's what it's called. I'm going to test it out here later on this week and do a video recording of it. But yeah, it's I usually prefer to have my crypto not on exchanges unless I'm trading with it. That's how I prefer to have it. And they're still pushing Bitcoin down. Yeah, they're still pushing this down. This could be a 7% plus day if it keeps up like this. We need to see some support soon because we were trying to break out here, but no luck at all. And hey, Mystic, never knew that. Sounds like a plan. Hope the contacts go well for you. Oh yeah, I've won contacts before. I just usually I lose them. I get them dirty. I get the ones where you have to put them in for the same, like, you know, over and over and over again for the month because I have really bad stigmatism. So I have to have special contacts that can't be dailies, I think. But they're like $100 for 3 months. So like they're like $33 a month. It's not really expensive when you know, contacts. I think people have them cheaper, but it is very annoying that I can't read what's on my screen right now. I can't even read the numbers on front of me right here. I can kind of read them. I can see Monday, May 1st, May 23rd. SHIB is down 2.2%, but it's kind of hard to read those small numbers. But these sunglasses, so this is a really fancy monitor on my left-hand side. This is more of a medium tier monitor, but it's just a very large monitor I got during COVID. And so these sunglasses, they're polarized. If I look at this thing, this whole monitor is black because of the polarization. If I turn it like this, it becomes clear. But if I go like this, it's all black. I don't know how science works like that, but it is. This one is clean all the way through. But yeah, so for the foreseeable future, guys, when I'm doing videos, not my tutorial videos, but when I'm doing videos like I just sent to my editor a video, all these footages of me talking about 6 ETFs that I'm going to be buying during this upcoming recession, plus two high-risk ETFs that are in the financial sector to take to try to find a rebound off of all of this banking carnage, so to speak. And so because of that, I had to write a script and read it out so I can do more videos like the Joshua Mayos, the Stephen Grahams, the what's that guy, Meet Kevin, the DUI, yeah, Meet Kevin, DUI guy, he got DUI or something like that. I like to do that type of, I want to try doing some of those videos because I'm looking to get more subscribers that's not just through streaming and not just through tutorials. So what I'm hoping to do is continue working on my course, continue making tutorial videos, but if I can make a lot more revenue from those these types of videos where I'm, you know, just saying, hey, top 5 ETFs will get like 100,000 views consistently, something like that, or even 50,000, whatever. It allows me to get more sponsorships, and with that, I can really just start hiring more staff to kind of help me out with all this, so I'm not always as stressed out. Because usually when I'm stressed out, I don't stress, and I just kind of take the day off, and you guys just notice I'm not there. And so I don't want to be stressed, but which is why I'm hoping to like try to figure out a way to like navigate this. And I think paying for editors is a good way to start, so I'm like taking that off my shoulders, and then I want to focus a lot more on the course and just like doing the script building, the recording, but having everything else pretty much outsourced, and I can focus more on this course that I've been working on for like God knows how long. But yeah, we'll see how all that goes. But what do you call? I don't even remember what my train of thought was at this point. But sunglasses are tough to wear when I'm reading. But again, I can't focus on stuff for too long of a period of time when it comes to reading. I can't do it. I used to be very, very good at it. It's because I stopped reading out loud. When you live by yourself, you really have no incentive to read out loud. You may notice that, you may not, but when you actually at a company or, you know, whatever, most of the time you don't actually have to read out loud. You present, and presenting is different than reading. Presenting, your brain can kind of fluidly articulate your thoughts. Reading is just like reading verbatim what somebody else wrote down, and their thoughts often don't work with my thoughts. Ugh. See, and hey Tony, I'm doing very well today. I had a pretty fun day. I went on a half an hour, like a 45-minute drive to a place that was closed, but it was a nice drive. It's been pretty nice out here in Washington State for a while. It's been kind of sunny, kind of cold, but kind of sunny and nice and hot at the same time. Pretty much just kind of going on nice drives over the past few days. It's been really, really nice. And hey Nicholas, happy to see you back, my man. Hey Jose, you are the only one. Can you check out Tectonic cost? Tectonic, what is Tectonic? I mean, if it's anything like Bitcoin right now, that's kind of shit in the bed. I don't. There's no Tectonic on here. There's only Tectonic metal. Sorry, my man. Put some lemon in your water. Will help you your gut biome. Oh, that might be kind of fun. What do you call? I do buy like these big jugs of lime juice or lemon juice, and I make sparkling water with it through the soda stream. So you put the carbonation in the water, and you put a splash of lemon juice in it. You have some lemon sparkling water. I like to do that a lot. Right now though, all it is water. I've been dehydrated over the past few days because all of a sudden it got sunny, and I went on walks, and I'm about to buy a thing of golf clubs because I'm going to start practicing how to play golf because I want to, and I need to get out more, and I think golf's an easier way to get out. There we go. But yeah, oh, let's see, Bitcoin's, well, this is a 5-minute chart, so don't get your hopes up, but after we found this lower low here, we are having a little bit of a move up here, a small change of character for the scalpers out there. Let's go back over here to the 5-minute chart. Let's go back to 15. You can clearly see that Bitcoin is just not having the best time right now. We have been breaking down consistently. Let's go back over here to the daily chart. Hopefully, if we're lucky, at the end of this day, we should be able to have a rebound. But my fear is we might be coming back down here to this next level of support, which is really around 26,609. Maybe if we're lucky, because you guys can see this right now. Kind of zoom out a little bit. High, lower, low, lower, low, question mark, with a bad question mark right there. That's what we're kind of wondering about. And if we do have such a thing, you know, maybe that means we buy within this zone if you want to have a smaller rebound. So maybe you don't really buy too much over here because you see that death cross coming. Maybe you just buy in here and kind of let it ride out, and maybe we have a little bit more of a rebound. Or you could try to buy all the way down here at 24,000. I might try to take both opportunities because you might consider like more higher lows in the future, but I might wait for it to come back over here somewhere in this zone, and this would be a good opportunity to buy and then hold for a while, hoping for that move to come back up. Because I do think we're probably going to try to test a breakout one more time, especially if we continue to see the stock market go sideways. If we take a quick peek at the indexes, NASDAQ, all right, NASDAQ broke out Friday, didn't do squat today, but it did break out Friday. You can see we are making some higher highs here, even if they are the smallest higher highs you will see. And we currently don't have a level of resistance for a while here, right? Just that pretty much, which is way up here. We're in more of a zone, I guess a resistance zone, but we did break out into the zone, which is good. Go over to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones, just at a level of resistance. I gotta move this mic around. This mic is a special mic, so I gotta figure out how to utilize it properly. But you know, still at resistance. You got the SPY. What do you know? You know, still at this resistance level right now. We're not in any danger at the stock market. All the signs are showing weakness. Yes, that is true. But because we had earnings, that gave the market a huge boost. And the earnings were not bad, especially because there had been so many layoffs last year and going into this year, that all of the earnings now are showing that, wow, you're still making maybe a little bit less money, but you're making revenue, you're making money. But because you laid off so much staff, you fired so many people, oh my gosh, now you don't have to pay all these people, and therefore you're earning more revenue, which is a good thing for the companies, bad thing for the people that got fired. But for us shareholders, we want to see that work out for us. So we want to see the stock go higher, because, you know, their job is to make us money, not necessarily their employees. And you can see after hours, the SPYs have been coming back down a little bit more. NASDAQ, not too much after hours. Dow Jones, anything? Nope. So we're fine there. But yeah, you can definitely see Bitcoin continuing to have this little bit of a move down, and you can see that Fibonacci bounce right there. But after that, it really wasn't too much of a help for us at this point. Hopefully, we can just find a way to keep moving back up. And hey, Alan Time, happy to see you back, man. Let's see right here. And hey, Hassan, Bitcoin going up or down? Please tell me I want to open a trade. Well, right now it's going down and it's breaking down. You kind of missed the main breakdown, but if you wanted to scalp, that's more of the opportunity at this point in time. You're seeing this downtrend. Maybe if you see the breakout occur, that may be something you want to hop back into, but at this point, you want to take it easy. So wait for the breakout, or you would probably just want to enter into a short here and continue to play the downward trend, I would say. But yeah, like let's go over here very fast. Like today, who are the biggest losers? So Google was down a little bit. Amazon was down 3%. That wasn't too good. Ride, what is this? Lordstown Motors, that's a $95 million market cap. Nobody cares about that. SoFi, $5 billion market cap. That's down 12%. I'm guessing they had earnings or something for SoFi to drop that much. Earnings May 1st before market opens up. SoFi just got boomed. And again, they're kind of a bank, financial credit services. You guys have been to the website, I'm sure, before. SoFi, member benefits, products, student loan refinancing, loans, investing, banking. So they're not doing so hot either. You know, and you know, I think there's a SoFi Stadium or something like that as well. So, you know, give it some time, guys. This market, I think, is going to be coming back down in the long term. Oh, you could already see SoFi has an 11% short float right now. That is not good. People do not believe that thing is going to be doing well. And right now as well, you can see France is kind of... Okay, I want to be careful when I talk about France, because I keep on watching stuff on the news, and they keep saying... This is like from weeks ago when I was watching the news. I haven't seen anything about France in a while, but... the news says that France is only mad about their retirement age going up. From what I understand from a couple friends I have out there, I haven't talked to them, since this whole thing started, but apparently the way that the leader of France, Macron, the president, I think he's president, the way he got the bill passed was by going around Congress or their parliament and not having it go under an official vote. And that's what they're ticked off about. So if you're a Democrat, imagine Trump passing what's something very controversial, an anti-birth control bill, a pro-life bill, whatever you want to call it, without having Congress vote on it. That's pretty much what we did. And if you guys don't like Joe Biden, imagine Joe Biden passing a open borders policy bill, whatever, without having Congress vote on it. That's what basically happened. And you're seeing that people like France already protest enough, right? But they're really ticked off about that aspect of it. And so I don't really see the news talking about it. But what I want to do is I want to pause my music very fast. I want to turn up the volume on my desktop here. And then we're going to watch some of these France videos while we watch kind of Bitcoin continue to make this move down lower. You guys are kind of waiting for a breakout on this upper side if you want to go in for a shorter term move here. And then you want to see it kind of break out above 28,212. But you may have a short term opportunity. I think if you break out here, you'll see people kind of hop in a little bit more because Bitcoin's already down like 5%. Now go back to France. Now this is what? Democracy versus tyranny, absolute radio silence from governments and mainstream media worldwide. They don't want you just knowing what happens when politicians abuse their power and the people wake up and unite. The world stands with France. So let's go over here. Hope this isn't too loud for you guys. Dude, the cops are running. Jeez. I like how it's all pressing cameras. That wasn't too bad. So, you know, everybody's running around. I'm guessing it's a little bit of chaos in France right now. Oh, this isn't more of a peaceful event rally. Look at that. I know this is May Day. I've never actually protested on May Day, but I've heard people go out and they protest something. I don't know what. I'm not the biggest protester. I usually get annoyed by protesters, to be frank with you guys. It's because I had really bad experiences in Seattle during chats. Like, people were freaking batshit crazy. Already saw that one. A little protest here. Is this a French song or something? It's beautiful weather over there right now. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful out there. I like all the old architecture. Western media coverage. What do you call? I'm guessing there's a lot of. There must be a lot of protests going on. I've never seen this many people outside before. You got firemen in the protesters. Oh, you know you're having issues if you have the firemen against you. Let's go over here. May Day in France. Oh, they got fires? Yeah. What are they burning, though? It's a pretty big fire, though. Jeez. Skip around. Is there just going to be a fire? Yeah, I don't care about that. But, oh, they put the fire out. That's good. Let's see what happened here. Oh, fireball. Oh, there's people on fire. My gosh. Dude, I cannot imagine being a cop in this city right now. Oh. Yeah, that is absolutely wild. The cops are definitely not winning this battle in the short term. We'll see what happens longer. A lot of protests going on here. Look how massive these protests are. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. But I can't blame him for being mad about all that shit. If anybody passed a bill through Congress without having it being voted upon, I would be pretty ticked off too. I'd be pretty ticked off, to be frank with you guys. The goober thinks it's doing okay. Wait, we have open borders already. Compliments of Biden. Oh, excuse me. Damn. I haven't had a cough like that in a minute. Oh, yeah, dry throat. Jeez. As far as the southern border, I'm kind of like numb to it because I live in Washington State. I'm like nowhere near it. But I don't think they have a plan at this point as far as what I've seen and read, because sometimes I follow construction companies because I want to invest in them. If, you know, they do work on the border, or they provide the cement or and stuff like that for the border patrol. Um, the border, the border is such. How do I say this? The border is such a challenge that it takes truly a great man in charge of the homeland security in order to really secure it and cause a certain amount of a deterrent. The guy they have right now, the Mayorkas, he's too kind-hearted, and he's also kind of a he's I don't know what the word is. He doesn't have the ability to lead the people he's supposed to lead. I would say at this point, um, when you have to kind of control a border and you're trying to say no to so many people, like because we can't literally afford to take care of them, it becomes very very difficult. But I think his heart's trying to get in the way. It's like, you know, we can let all of you guys in, not understanding the strain that puts on the system itself. And I think that's why you've seen. I think it was like the best piece. Like, this is a marketing guy. I think the best piece of marketing from, I think, the Republican standpoint has been busing the migrants to New York and Chicago and other places, because it's forcing them to have to deal with the same problems that those border states have to deal with. And the last time I went to Texas, I was astonished at how many people were coming through the border. I don't see how, at least in this administration, they're going to be able to fix it. I really don't know. I think it's supposed to get worse after the title something. I should be following this more probably as a citizen, but I'm not. There's a title 42, title 42, I think it is. When that thing ends, I think there's supposed to be a whole bunch of people coming through the border. I have no idea how that's going to work out, but all I know is we are running out of money, and I don't know how we afford all this stuff. But again, you know, elections have consequences. It's the way we got to kind of accept it at this point. But I'm hoping they can figure out a way to, regardless if you want more immigrants or less immigrants, there should be a semblance of order when crossing the border. I don't think we have that semblance of order. And I don't know, because I'm not an expert in this field, what it would take to get that semblance of order working away, you know? See, and hey, the Speculum. Speculum? Yeah, I think that's pronounced it. Thankful for this dream to get away from school for a little bit. I'm a freshman, and all the girls in my dormitory are calling me Mr. 12-inch and giggling every time they see me. I don't get the joke. Oh, man, 12-inch coin, I guess. Check your bathroom for cameras. Oh, what do you call, that'd be interesting right there. It's really bad here in Texas. We gave a manhunt for an illegal immigrant killing a family of 5 in Cleveland, Texas. Or have. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's no good. That sucks. It's like that type of stuff. You have to have a sense of order. And I don't know what really qualifies somebody to come to the United States. What am I talking about? I'm about to go to Nicaragua, or Costa Rica, one of the two, probably Nicaragua to be frank. But I don't know what drives somebody to come up here, like the hope of a better life, a job, but they feel like they have an option. You have to take away that feeling of having the option, because usually what happens is when people get really pissed off and they have bad lives and they live in a democracy, they will usually vote that person out of office and then move on. But if they're not voting that person out of office and they're just happening to just leave, whatever bad system is in that country isn't necessarily going to change anytime soon. And I think that's kind of why you've seen China make a lot of inroads and Russia make a lot of inroads into Central America and South America, because instead of these presidents are usually around for quite a bit of time, you know, make some friendships, say, hey, we need some help building some schools. Can you send us some engineers, some architects, build us a couple schools? We need some more hospitals. Can you build us some more hospitals? And you know what? You know, if you're El Salvador and you see that going on, like Russia's offering you a free hospital or China's offering you like 2 hospitals and 5 schools, and all they want to do is have a good trade agreement with you guys, like take our batteries instead of America's batteries, something like that. I don't see how the Central American countries in their national interest would say no to such a deal, So it's definitely a weird thing going on down there right now. America's power, which is kind of a weird thing, is the stock market's going to probably have some issues with it down the road. We're not um, we're not necessarily as powerful as we once were, or we have power, we have a military, but people don't just, for whatever reason, people don't seem to be threatened by Biden. They just don't. Maybe that'll change if we have another president. Maybe that could be Trump, DeSantis on the Republican side. Nikki Haley, I think, is maybe one. Chris Christie on the Democratic side. I think we have another Kennedy running. There's that lady, I forget her name. She's running as well. Maybe Kamala Harris might jump in the race if she wants to backstab Biden. Hillary Clinton may double back and say, hey, I want to run for president again. Maybe Michelle Obama. I don't know who heck the Democrats are going to elect or the Republicans, but they, it needs to be somebody else because for whatever reason we're kind of diminishing. Now it has been interesting because America's encroaching upon China right now, which is going to make China lash out at us eventually. I don't know how that lash out is going to happen. So if we take a quick break here from crypto and we just go to maps, China. So basically what's happening here is, America has bases in South Korea. We have bases in Japan. We have bases, we pretty much are going to have bases all through this area. And I think we have bases in Guam, wherever Guam is over here. Where's Guam? Guam is that tiny, is this Guam? Yeah. Tiny island. We got my neighbors are from Guam. We got islands all through here. So pretty soon we're about to have all these bases all around here. So we're just like slowly encroaching upon China. China is going to lash at it at some point, and they're going to do something stupid, or we're going to do something stupid. And then we're going to have to figure out a way to like back up a little bit and figure out what's going on here. Because right now, India and China, they're cool with each other. Russia, China, they're cool with each other. So it's kind of like this kind of block. They're all cool with each other. Middle East is kind of partnering with them as well. Africa is getting closer and closer to partnering with them. I say there's kind of more mixed results there. And then we got, America with Europe. That's all that's there. But then you got like Central America and South America. They're starting to partner with Russian stuff. Oh, and Australia belongs to the Western Bloc over here as well. It's a very weird thing to kind of see how the world is kind of organizing itself in these I don't even know what you want to call it. These Axis powers. These alliances. Oh, here we go. We might have a breakout coming pretty soon with Bitcoin. Let's see if we can get pushed up. Usually I like to see this pattern here. I like to see a nice little pop. Come on, little guy. You can do it. You can do it. Golden cross in the 1 minute. You can see how it's stagnating there because the whale, there's a wall there. There we go. There's a little pop. Told you. But yeah. Now we at least have a little bit of a semblance that we found a short-term bottom here, guys. And now we can start seeing us go, start to consolidate a little bit more. As long as we can start breaking above some of these other local highs from this little bit of a lower high situation. That next one is around 27,931. If we can break above that, we can keep on moving back up, and maybe we've seen the worst of what's going to be happening for today. And hey, Nicholas, the French credit rating has been downgraded today to AA negative. Oh wow, AA minus maybe. Countries aren't really doing well at this point. Which countries have a surplus budget? World Atlas. Okay, here we go. So whatever, Tuvalu, country in Oceania. So this little thing is a country. Oh, this is a country. Wow. Yeah, so this is a country here, and they have a surplus. It's interesting. I wouldn't live here, but wow, that island. Oh, so they just have a bunch of hotels. It looks like over here. Hotel food. Okay. Oh, there's not even any pictures. This hotel. No pictures. Island resort. Okay, here we go. You just get a nice little lush island by yourself. I mean, the water looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so what do you call it? But okay, that's one. Any bigger countries? So Macau is something. You guys all know Macau. They have a lot of casinos and stuff. Special administrative region of China. But yeah, you got Macau over here. Probably why it's able to do that. Gets all that Chinese money, but they don't have to pay too much on expenses. Layers. So Macau right there. It's a really tiny little zone right there. Um, yeah, but they seem to get their stuff done. What else is there? Qatar, cough cough, oil. Tonga, I mean Norway, that might be one right there. Kuwait, UAE. All these people have a good budget. But America, the people that have to have other bases all around the world, no, we're not going to have that for a while. I don't even know if our budget will ever be balanced. Do you guys ever see a way for us to pay off our debt? I feel like America has to default on our debt at some point down the road. I have no idea what a catastrophe that might incur, but I don't see us being able to repay it unless we continue to print a lot of money, which would cause mass inflation. And there's no way they're going to get the revenue there because we're stuck in credit card debt unless we can somehow restructure that debt, which I don't see that happening, especially if the dollar is becoming more and more devalued because other countries don't want to use it. It makes it tough. And hey, GT, I get what these border governors are doing, but busing people away from the capital for a political statement seems wrong, and also seems wrong not to be fixing the borders. Yeah, there's no clear winners in all of this stuff, I would say at this point. Maybe businesses that want cheap labor, they're winning. But there's no clear winner. Because I don't think Texas or Arizona, I don't think they have the manpower to deal with it. And I don't think the administration they don't really want to solve the problem, I don't think. I don't know how they're going to fix the border. But yeah, it's not going to be good at any point for the next few years. MicroStrategy beat earnings. Looks like the Bitcoin standard is holding up. I mean, they've had a really good return, I would say, over the last couple months. And hey, Alan Time. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got this new mic, and I'm still getting used to it right now. Let me see if I can turn up this microphone just a tad. There we go. Let me go over here. Let's go over here to mic. No, mixer. Yeah, no, mic. Yeah. Let me add a little bit of a gain booster for you. Let's go with the 2 gain booster, 4 del. Yeah, there we go. That should work out a little bit better for you, I would say. Sometimes I just don't talk too loud because all of a sudden my throat's starting to hurt. And there we go. So we may have another boost where we try to break out again. Let's see if we can actually hit this level of resistance and break out. I'm hoping we can. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to consolidate, then we break out a little bit later. Maybe we have a double bottom, who knows, but at least we've had this start of a breakout to find this local bottom. Let's see. And hey, Elijah, Tuvalu is building a digital twin of their country's island online in Web3. I like Satoshi Island NFTs as well. Oh, that's pretty interesting as well. I need to learn more about all this stuff as far as what these countries are doing, because I don't follow stuff like that at all, and I need to be more involved in the Web3 community, but I only have so much time. I like to spend a lot of my time outside these days to kind of be with Loki, and I don't want to sit down at my desk all day. I need to get some more exercise, so to speak, or just exercise. I do need more exercise. So I've been going on a lot of walks, and I just bought myself a whole bunch of protein, and I got myself some special rice from QVC, where it's not carbs, it's, I don't know what the heck it is. It's let me show you guys what type of QVC rice. It's yeah, there it is. White rice. Right rice. I can't see my R's properly, you guys know that, but what do you call? Yeah. Made from vegetables, original, right rice. They're pretty cool. They have a whole bunch of flavors. I saw it on TV yesterday, so I decided to buy some. We'll see how it tastes. But it looks pretty cool. And I wanted to try it, so I bought it when I was watching. Went over to visit my mom, and we watched In the Kitchen with David. I think it was yesterday. So yeah, so it's a rice with like, protein, fiber, and net carbs. I guess it has less carbs or something like that. 25 grams instead of 39 grams. I want to try it out to see if it's any good. But basically, it's all been about portion control and all that type of stuff. And S triple Q is the play. I mean, it seems like at this point, if we continue to be held up by these resistance levels. There we go. Yeah, sorry guys. So like this microphone right here, this thing is like, I guess what the standard is for YouTubers out there. It's called a sweet water. It's called a Shure 7 SM78. So it's this microphone right here. It's very nice. I like it a lot. This thing takes some effort to learn, and I'm still learning how to use it. I bought a Go Mini XLR with it because this thing is too silent. So like basically, if I didn't have this XLR thing, which is XLR Mini, this thing, if I didn't have this thing to kind of give it a boost, it would sound more like this. It would sound like this, which is very, very bad. And so with it, but when I have it plugged in, I can sound like this, nice and loud. But without it, it goes down and 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 up and up and up and up and up. I can change that around a little bit more. So it's very nice, but I've never had nice microphone equipment. All I've had before was my Blue Yeti. I am still getting used to this. I need to format my desk a little bit better, which means I might undo all my monitors one weekend and just take everything apart and restructure my desk, because the way I see other YouTubers using these microphones always looks so different. Because you can see me right now if I move my head up a little bit larger. You guys can't see the mic, but like this, the mic is right here, right? But people talk like this sometimes into it. I think the proper way is to talk into it like face down. But I kind of want the microphone to be more in the shot if possible, but I don't want it to block my view of my monitor. But I also need it to be far away, so if I'm like this, I can still talk into it, but I can't be too close where if I'm like this, I don't know. It's very weird. I need to get used to it. I'm not an entertainer, as you guys know, but I'm trying to get more into making some educational videos. And for these educational videos to go viral on YouTube, that requires me to be able to get people to watch my videos for a certain amount of time. So there's something on YouTube called average view duration and average view duration percentage. So when you guys click on my video, if you guys aren't watching the entire video, YouTube knows that, and they won't. And there's the breakout we were just talking about a few seconds ago. And what happens is they know that you guys aren't watching all of it, so they say, oh, if these people aren't watching the whole video, well, then that means other people probably won't enjoy the video. And so, and that's not your fault. That's my fault for not making the video more entertaining. That's kind of like the capitalism of video watching, although it is a YouTube algorithm kind of playing around with it. There we go. Beautiful little breakout. Looks like we might have hit a short-term bottom here as far as Bitcoin's concerned. So you may see some more consolidation, but you are going to be seeing people buy in this zone right now and trying to have a rebound. If you want to play this rebound, be very, very careful. We do have news coming up over the next few days, but this is probably going to be a shorter term play of a few hours and maybe not a few days. So just so you know, okay? But you are seeing that breakout, and that breakout is very nice to see because we've been watching Bitcoin find these lower lows for a while here. And then boom. Nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we're getting some buy-ins now. See the 1 second chart? There you go. Definitely getting some moves in here. But basically, whenever my mic goes too low, it basically means I'm just not speaking directly into the mic. I'll figure it out. There's a way to make it work. I might just have to find a way to get my camera behind one of my monitors, and that'll be the monitor that I'm streaming with. So it'll probably go behind this monitor here, above it and down, so you guys are kind of looking down on me a little bit. But I can move my monitor, I guess, down as well. You can do a whole bunch of fancy adjustments and stuff. But yeah, so I'll figure it out. I'll probably do it this Saturday, to be frank. I'll just take apart every single wire because I got everything kind of organized as far as wires go, except for maybe a couple things on the bottom of the floor here. Because I just moved my computer around the other day, and then try to figure out a way to get it all organized, because I don't want my microphone to be over here because then I can't see what's going on. I don't want it to be too low because then I can't type. It's a very weird thing to have to worry about. Let's see right here. There we go. All right. But at least in the short term, guys, I don't think we have to worry about many banking issues. There may be some in the next few months, but right now it seems like it's not too big of a deal. Let's see. The U.S. could hit the debt ceiling. Oh, the U.S. could hit the debt ceiling by June 1st, much sooner than expected, Yellen warns. I thought it was going to be later. I just saw a report the other day saying it's going to be later. MGM Resorts, Stryker, and more. What are these guys doing? Arista Networks slid 7% despite beating expectations. Ouch. Everest Regroup dropped 4.7. Ouch. Is anything going up? There we go. NXP Semiconductors, of course, semiconductors, up 4%. That's good. Diamondback Energy down about 2. MGM Resorts about down 0.2. That's not bad at all. Let's see. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay. But yeah, you're definitely seeing some more mixed earnings, I would say, today. Let's go back over here very fast. Nope. There we go. All right. So nothing else really as far as that's concerned. Oh, go back to Finviz here. Nah, I should be fine. Let's take a quick peek at some of these other ones. Like Stonks, this one's still coming back down gradually, but they may have another rebound here. This coin is one of those coins that is very, very low, but this thing can go to another all-time high here. Or not all-time high, but relative high over here if we see Bitcoin have a reversal. And Pepe coin, Pepe coin broke down though. Yeah, so it did break down a little bit more. Where is, okay, it's like one of those charts. Since you're breaking down, you're probably going to have to change up this angle a little bit now. Yeah, it sucks. And you guys, you are seeing a shorter term breakdown right there. And that's what you're seeing right there. All right, well, it's not a bad spot, guys. I would say these meme coins are definitely kind of going more viral than they otherwise would have been over the past few weeks. There's definitely been a lot more hype around them. Maybe hype. Yeah, hype's the good word, I would say. Let's move this down. Let's move this up. There we go. All right. Now what else is going on here? Arbitrum is down a little bit today. Let's go over here to the daily chart. ID token coming back down after that really nice rally. Oh yeah, ever since that 20-day moving average just been coming down. XLM breaking down. UFO token coming back down. Sushi. Yeah. Oh, this is Spell. Sorry, this is Spell token. Spell token's been down for a while though. This thing is let's see. Used to have a very high market cap, but this thing opened back up in 2022, so it never actually experienced a bull run. It's just been coming down ever since. Maybe it'll get a second round here, but it's going to take a long time for this thing to recover, which is why I dollar cost average into it. ICP, this thing has kind of found a bottom here, guys. This has been very interesting. Look at the monthly chart for ICP. It's been kind of stable here for the past few months. When is the last time we've really seen such stability? Never, because ICP always just comes down and down and down and down and down. One of the craziest stories of this whole cycle has been how crazy ICP, the massive fall from grace, I would say. GTC weekly chart, auto, again more sideways action, but probably breaking down. Gala breaking down, unfortunately, right now. FTM breaking down right now. It actually hasn't broken down below the 20-week moving average. It's very close, but it hasn't done it yet. There we go. Okay. But at least Bitcoin's breaking out, guys, in the short term. That breakout can symbolize some a short-term reversal. Maybe you guys want to go long here. But again, take your time with it. Let's see right here very fast. There we go. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it a day as far as the stream is concerned. I hope you guys are going to be trading safely. But understand, we're still kind of in this bearish market. If you guys do want to buy, you guys should have a stop loss probably around 27,000, 27,300. And you guys should also be thinking about what's going to be happening when it comes to rate hikes coming up on Wednesday. I will be streaming again at 6 o'clock tonight, so you guys will get to see me twice today. But guys, please make sure to trade safely. And hey, Haram, happy to see you, my man. Sorry, I'm just ending off